let's see how we can handle the rate limit in the Spring Boot application itself without any external library. So I have created this rate limit demo application of Spring Boot with group ID as com.sumit, and the package is com.sumit.playjava, and this is a demo project for Spring Boot for rate limit. Now I want the dependency of actuator, service, DevTools and web. So I want for 5.8 version, and click on next and click on finish. So if I see the dependencies which I provided actuator just to monitor the things, and the web services and the web, and dev tools to load things at the runtime. So the main dependency which is required is bucket4j dependency. So I am just copying it from the Maven repository, and I'll paste it here. So this is the main dependency which handles the rate limit, and this has been provided as an inbuilt function which can be used as a Maven repository in the Spring Boot application itself. No external library. So it supports in memory, or you can say it supports distributed cache, and internally it uses Jcache only. So if I open this application, we have this Spring Starter application here only, and I am going to create a controller class where we will see how we handle the rate limit in a Spring Boot application itself. So this is the name of this class, rate limit demo, and I will annotate it with REST controller to mark it as a controller class. And also I want request mapping to provide the base URL here. I will just provide the base URL as rate limit, so it will be rate limit only. So after this I will require few things. First, API will be a get mapping only. It will create the tokens, and I will tell you what these tokens are and how the things are generated. So I will create a public response entity, and I will simply return the string in the response entity for this API, and this API will generate the token which is required to handle the rate limit. So three things comes into picture using bucket4j library. First is the refill, then the bucket, and how we can consume the token for that consumed token. So refill is the rate at which the token will be filled in the bucket. So as you can simply understand, the refill rate is provided in the refill. So refill dot off, and I want 5 tokens to be filled with the duration dot, that is off, and what duration I want per minute. So I'll provide 1, and the type of duration I'll provide as minutes. So duration minutes as 1 only, and it will be a rate of refill. So second thing is that bucket. I will create the bucket which is provided in bucket4j. So bucket is the interface and its implementation is bucket4j. So the bucket will be created, and I will create this bucket implementation using bucket4j, the library which we have used, and this will be using the builder class, and it will create a bucket with an initial limit, that is the starting limit of tokens. So we can use bandwidth.classic, and this provides how many tokens you want in the starting of the creation of bucket. So I want 5, and this refill rate is the rate which we have provided. At each interval it will refill the bucket only. So dot build will create the bucket. So consumption we will see in the next API which we will create. In this API we are just creating a bucket and its refill rate. So the second API which I am going to use, it will consume the tokens which we have provided in the bucket using bucket and refill. So I will just provide public response entity. Again I will return the string only, and it will be a demo only, because just in this first part we are just creating a demo, and after the creation of demo we will see the second part where we will see the pricing plans, that how we can return the price to the customers. So in the first API I'll just simply return generated successfully with the HTTP status as OK. So I will just provide http.status.ok, that is 200. So it will generate the token. So I will just provide some Java doc. So this method is used to generate token using API. And the second method I am going to create, it will call the exact API for demo. So this bucket let me provide as a public. So this will be on the class level, and let me remove this bucket object from here, and it will be used in the second method. So bucket dot it has a method that is to consume how many tokens we want to consume. So I will use try consume, and one token will be consumed at each request. So this will try to consume one token every time, and it will return a boolean result whether the token has been consumed or it is not consumed. So whenever it will be consumed, it will just return us certain data. So let me return this response entity. I have copied it from the first API, and I will just change the string, that is success. And if it has not been consumed, or we are not able to consume it, it has already been exhausted, then we will return some other response. So let me just print out sys out so that we can see the details in the console. I'll simply write it here, API working successfully, and after that just return and print out number of hits exceeded. So I'll just return the response entity here that the number of hits has been exhausted. So I'll just write here too many hits, please try later, and HTTP status will again change. It will change too many requests. So in this way, we have, in the first part we have created an API to generate the token, and the second part to consume the token, and on the basis of token consumption it will limit the rate of API hit through refill and through bucket, and this add limit will limit the bandwidth of the bucket. So this bandwidth, here I provided 5 tokens, and 5 tokens will be provided at every VNet. So let's try to use this try consume, and this API will working successfully will be coming, and if it has exhausted, the number of hits exceeded will be coming. So run as Spring Boot application, click on OK. So our Spring Boot application started. Let's go to the Postman and try token generate API. First, if I'll hit here in the starting just the demo one, that is the second API, then it will throw a null pointer exception. Let me show you how. This is demo, and this was the first token, and this was second was demo. So one more thing, let me provide bucket dot toString to see the number of tokens which has been provided in the bucket. So as I've tried the demo, it has thrown null pointer exception because we have not initialized the bucket yet. So through token generate API, we will generate the token. So as you can see, the bucket has been created now, and if I saw the raw part, click on raw, I can see this bucket has been created now. So null pointer exception will not be coming, and the tokens are 5 in number. Refill tokens are also 5, that at each minute 5 tokens will be created inside the bucket. So now I have hit 4, 5 times, and after that too many hits, please try later is coming through the second API, that is the demo one. So as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits are coming, and after that number of hits exceeded is coming. So as you can see, using try consume, API working successfully came 5 times, and after that too many hits. So this was how we can create a bucket 4J to limit the rate in our Spring Boot application. But now we can, using this bucket 4J, we can also go for the pricing plans to the customers, that on what price you can go with, how much of rate limit in the application, we can do that. So for doing that, let's create a class and see how the pricing plans can be created. So I have created a class with the name as rate limit price plan service, and here I will just provide the Java doc that it will provide number of tokens in the bucket according to the price which we have provided by the customer. So now I'll mark this class as service because it's a service class. This service class will return a bucket, and bucket will be on the basis of customers which is coming to buy our APIs. So bucket get plan service bucket is the method. It is returning the bucket on the basis of the token, that is the client token which we have provided to the clients. So the client which is buying our APIs to use our APIs, they are having certain plans, and we are building the bucket 4J according to the client token. So we are adding a rate limit. So here I've written add limit using the clients. So I'll just provide a method which will return the rate. So I'll just provide get client bandwidth, and the client token is the token which the customer is providing to us, and click on and simply write build. So this method get client bandwidth will provide the bandwidth, that how many refill which is required per minute, somewhat like that. So I'll just provide 3 plans here. One is the plan for as a basic. So client token equals basic, then simply provide the basic one. Otherwise go with the free one or some default one. So simply let's first create this basic one. So for basic, let's assume it is coming from the application.properties file. So private string basic, and again I will just provide this value as rate.limited client.basic, and again second one is free one, rate.limited client.free. So if this is coming returning bucket4j, now the second API is fine. So I'll just simply return here bucket4j a bandwidth, and I'm returning bandwidth here, bandwidth.classic. So for basic customers I'm just returning 5 here with a refill rate. So I'll provide refill dot of at what rate you want to refill. So I want to refill 5 tokens with a duration of 1 minute. Duration dot of minutes as 1. Let me just copy this, and in the else part let me just paste it here, some formatting. And if this comes out to be a free customers, for free customers it can be unlimited, but here I am writing just let it be 25. It depends upon you that what plan you are providing to the customers. And last one is the default one. It should be very less, let it be 2 only, just to demonstrate the application. So now we have provided 2 things. One is the basic and second one is free. Free for premium customers, and basic one is for basic price, that is basic plan for the customers. And now the basic and free will be coming from the application.properties file. So let's create these fields in the application.properties. So one is for the basic, another is for the free one. So let it be some, let's assume this is coming from database, but just for now I have shown in the application.properties file. And also let's assume that it should not be just a hard-coded kind of thing, but it should be an encrypted data. And just to demonstrate, I've shown it here. So now this basic and free will be according to the pricing plans, and the default one is 2 only. So this will return bandwidth to the first method, that is get price plan service bucket, and this method will return bucket to the main class where we are going to hit the API. So I'll just auto wire the service class here which we have created for the price, that is rate limit price plan service, and using this only we will fetch the details of bucket. So I'll remove this hard-coded bucket part here, and I will use the service to get the bucket, and on the bucket I will provide the client token which we have provided to the other clients, assuming that other clients are using our API. So let this be coming in the URL itself, but in the real time it comes in the request body, as this is a private key. So path variable, just to demonstrate, I have used as path variable only, but it should be used as request map in the request body. So client token is passed from the URL, it goes to the service, and to the service we will fetch the bucket, and the bucket will be used to limit down the rate for the API call. So this is the method which is here we have passed the client token, and here we have again passed to get the bandwidth. Using basic and free we will fetch the bandwidth, and on the basis of bandwidth the rate limit will be working. So this bucket will be reduced, the number of tokens in this bucket will be reduced using this try consume method. So again, let's copy this path, and I've started the application. So first, this is the basic and this is the free, and the other one is the default one only. So here we can generate, after this provide the token. So here we can provide the free or either basic, but just for now, instead of basic and free, let's assume that we will be going with the default one, some random one. So here in the place of client token, I will not going to provide the basic and free. I'm just going to demonstrate the default one. So I am provided some random thing. Click on send. So as you can see, through some random data, it has provided the normal, that is the default one, default bandwidth. So if I go to the bandwidth API, bandwidth method, as you can see, here it has provided only 2. Let me just do some hard coding here. Instead of fetching from the application properties, I am just hard coding here just to demonstrate in a much better way. So let me clear out everything. Now our application has started. So clear the console. So now for the basic part, if I'll click send, so it has provided me the number of tokens as 5. So for this basic part, as you can see, 5 tokens has been provided. See, here it is 5 only. So let's hit this for 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So after that it has shown as too many hits, please try later. So this was a basic plan. So only 5 hits were allowed, and after that number of hits has exceeded. So this came here, and after that try consume has consumed all the tokens. And now let's go for the free plan. Instead of 25, let's make it 10 only, to be more visible and to be more demonstrated. So let me save this, clear the console, and now I will put free here in the place of basic 1, 2, 3. Let me put free 1, 2, 3. Click on send. So here you can see the tokens has increased. It has gone to 10 because in the free part we are using 10 tokens. So after this free, we have provided to the premium customers 10 number of tokens has been generated, and with a refill rate of 10 per minute. So I will hit it 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. After that, too many hits, please try later is coming. So this for the premium customers. So here are 5 APIs and here are 5 API hits. After that, number of hits has exceeded. So you can use Bucket4j to limit down the rate of API call, and you can use this for the pricing plan also. Like we have used here, we have provided an API where we are using this to generate the token, but in the real time these are not generated through the API. These are loaded on the starting of the application only, or using some other mechanism. Just to demonstrate, I have created an API so that I can change it at runtime. So after that, you can go with the pricing plans, and with the try consume, you can go with the consumption of that part of the pricing plans. So this was about how we can narrow down the pricing plans and limit down the API call through rate limit, and this is provided by inbuilt Spring Boot application on the server side only, using Bucket4j as a library. So thank you all for watching the video.